Social distancing in
We're
this
social
kitchen
distance, I know, so
right.
you go there,
So
I'm
you
going to
know
go here,
what,
but
Wendy?
I want to help you cook. What am I doing?
I'm going to tell you what you're going to do with your beautiful selves.
Yes.
If you could be so kind as open to the refrigerator and get me some butter.
Okay, I will be opening the refrigerator now and getting out the butter. Here we go in the back. Alexis has a smidge of butter. We only use what we need. You're a very frugal cook, aren't you, Alexis? All right.
Do you think I got this figure by being a frugal cook?
I always love to talk about product. Botticelli olive oil. You know, when Botticelli wasn't making paintings, Botticelli was inventing olive oil. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I know, no, this is true. I know that this is true. And I want to share that with you. If you look closely on the Botticelli olive oil can, look, there's a painting on there. There wouldn't be a painting on there unless it was real. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was real. So when you go to get your olive oil, you want to buy Botticelli. That's right, because it's hundreds of years old. From olive trees that grew and grew and grew over the past couple of 100 years. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And that is the best kind of olive oil to cook with. Isn't that true, Alexis?
Whatever she said. And I got this beautiful new cookware from Nick Lyon, but I'm not ready to use it yet.
No, but you can do what I do on Pandemic Cooking with Wendy. I use Nick Lyon's cookware as a prop. And it's such a great idea. You cook your stuff in all your old icky cookware. And then when
My
you're ready...
cookware isn't icky, thank you.
Well, it doesn't match. Anyway,
at least it gets used.
Another low blow. But when we're done, we can put it in this beautiful cookware and actually put it on the table. This cookware...
Actually, thank you. That's a great idea, because you know what? I can cook it in the old manky stuff, and then I can put it in the new lovely cookware to bring it out to the table.
And very, very special name for this cookware, Alexis.
Epicurious.
Thank you, Epicurious. That means epicure. That's epic. And you're curious about it at the same time. You're curious about what's in the pot, right? But with this cookware, you don't have to be too curious because you can see through the top. Isn't that something? You can see the contents in the pot. You can. Yes, you can. Okay. Anyway, so I have a nice little pot here, and one of the coolest things...
I got a nice big pot here.
One of the coolest things about this pot, the handle. You can wrap your hand around it because whoever designed this, and here we go, this is about smart design. Whoever designed this Epicurious pot, you put your hand on it, you won't get burned because it's rubber. It doesn't conduct heat. It may conduct an orchestra, but it doesn't conduct heat. So there.
Thank you, Mr. Wizard.
Onions. I'm sure you're wondering what sweating the onions means. It doesn't mean the onions went out for a jog and came back and they were all sweaty. Eventually, everything will be incorporated. By the time that happens, I will be in a new age range. Now, I have to ask you something personal about peppers. I find that chopping peppers, for me, is one of the most mundane things I can do. I mean, you're on kind of a...
What is this patience?
You have the patience for all this chopping, and excuse me for saying this, but you're on a short fuse.
And you knew who you were interviewing tonight, girlfriend.
A short fuse, and yet she has the patience to cut up onions, cut up peppers.
Oh, Bo Twinkies, you saw that I dumped them from a container.
What the container? I can even show you.
The difference between you and I is that I showed the container on camera. Oh, there I go again.
There she goes again.
I'm such a bitch.
All right, the rest of our recipes. We have white mushrooms and we have brown mushrooms. Now, Alexis, why do we have two kinds of mushrooms for our pepper steak?
Because that's what I threw in the cart.
Because that's what you threw in the cart, along with all different kinds of matchless meat. That's right. Meat that doesn't really match, but she assured me it's going to be cooked, and by the time it's done cooking, they'll all be the same size.
Yes,
Well,
actually, they will.
they will. Okay, so
And I have just added a dash of soy sauce, a dash of Worcestershire, and a nice splash of sweet red vermouth, just to give it a unique flavor.
of course, there is red vermouth in there with Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
Worcester.
Worcestershire.
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 Jesus. And soy sauce. And when you just say you added a bit, how much? In case people want to make this at home, how much did you add?
Honey, I'm Italian.
It's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I got it.
I just add until I hear the voices in my head, which don't even play nicely together anymore, say, that will do.
You hear that? That's how you know you have the right taste in your pepper steak. Okay,
But
where
the
are we
thing
now?
is, I mean, I really enjoy cooking, and I just basically, recipes are only for certain things, for specialities. For somebody who really loves to cook, you just throw it up in the air and hope it lands in the right places. You'll know whether or not it's going to come out.
Believe me, I know that. When I'm on pandemic cooking, I throw things up in the air and just hope that they land okay.
And hope that your viewers don't hear the doorbell when Grubhub gets there. I'm so sorry.
Never, ever ordered from Grubhub. I would never do that.
Oh, seamless, okay.
Oh, God, it just gets worse and worse, the abuse. Well, Alexis, while you get this all prepped, I am going to sashay into the living room and see how our dinner guests are doing.
Oh, that
We
would
have
be so
dinner
sweet of
guests.
you. And once again, we're giving each other a hard way to go.
Even closer.
But I hold Wendy in the highest regard. She is an amazing person.